fishing.
Hey guys, Mercedes Mike here. Taking a little drive. Still not leaving Georgia. I'm still waiting for a package. They're slow in sending it. I'm kind of annoyed about it, but I'm hanging out with really cool people, so it's making it a little easier. I mean, yeah, I'd love to be hitting up Florida now, and it's exactly why I don't make plans. If I'd have told all the people in Florida, oh yeah, I'll be there Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday's over. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll see if I get the package. Anyway, wanted to take this thing for a drive. Changed those rear tires yesterday, as you've seen in the previous video. And that's all I did yesterday. That's how it goes. So I'm driving around. They're pretty far from the freeway, so I've got to work my way over to it and then get rolling down that 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. We'll see how the car acts. I'm hoping that a lot of the vibration is gone. It's kind of late, but if I do see a tire store open, then I'll get my valve stem repaired on the one of the tires that I took off. These two tires I had mounted in Ridgefield, where I live, close to Vancouver. And I had them, I had to balance them, but I noted that they didn't use very much weight. And typically I see a lot of weight on these large off-road style tires. So, I mean, maybe it was just lucky both times, and maybe it wasn't. Maybe they were lazy. It's really hard to say. Yep, no lights to get on the freeway. That's probably for the morning. Well, that's 60. 70. Oh, I'm vibrating. 75. Yeah, I'm still suffering something. I have it in the steering wheel now. I have a feeling it's that right front tire right now. It's vibrating less, so I was probably something else back there as well. It feels like it's in the back. It really does. Especially with the way everything in the back is vibrating. But there's just no way it can be the tires. Not vibrating the exact same way. So the more I think about the Hoovie's Garage giveaway thing that he was doing with the Mercedes 300 CD, the MacGyver car, it's probably a good thing I didn't get that. Yeah, the more I think about it, it's like, okay, bring home a 123 chassis car. It's something I've wanted, the coupe, but oh gosh, it would have needed a lot of work. And that, I already bought that Maserati. That's going to need a lot of work. I mean, I'm not even confident that we're going to make it run right, let alone look right. We'll see. I have watched a couple of videos with running examples. Other than the Jeremy Clarkson smashing his with a pile of metal, I don't know, whatever he dropped on top of it. It seems like a pretty fun car when it's working. And if I have to go through and rebuild that engine, I'm gonna go a little further with it than stock for sure. Turbos are cheap now, relatively. And if I'm gonna have a bi-turbo carbureted car, I kind of know a little bit about those. I had a turbo Monte Carlo for a number of years. It was a 1980, and it had a draw-through turbo. Pretty terrible setup, pretty big carburetor, but I learned how to make it go, how to crank up the power. And the failing that I had with that motor is when I put too much boost on it, it pushed too much fuel past the rings. It would thin the oil out real bad. I mean, that motor needed to be rebuilt properly for that amount of boost. I've read a lot about people that have put some serious power behind those cars, and I just didn't spend the time. When the time came, oh, there's O'Reilly's. when the time came, I sold it because I sold it for a pile of money. Somebody really wanted that specific car. Okay. So, I don't know. Kind of regret selling that. It was a cool thing. So my friends just messaged me. Told me they were at dinner. So, I'm going to dinner. But after that, I'm going to the O'Reilly's warehouse where they supposedly have this alternator. That'll be fun. They're open till 9 and it's 7. Might even make it there. But if I go tomorrow, it's not a big deal. It's really just having a spare. Because I'm pulling a 13.1 volts right now. Battery's probably charged. I just need to make sure I have a spare for when I go off-roading. Because of the wrong kind of splash and the wrong kind of mud, it's the same old story. Just had some really good Mexican food. Big steak burrito. Quite tasty. Asked them to put jalapenos in it. I think they chopped up about 3 fresh jalapenos and put them in there. They're like, we're gonna show this white guy. Tell you what, whoo, it was warm. Going to get this alternator because I want to keep a good spare. And after buying this one, I theoretically will not have to buy another one. Haven't done any off-roading today or yesterday. Put any miles down. I did, while I was at dinner, get the tracking number for this package that I'm waiting on, and it'll be here tomorrow at noon. So tomorrow night, I should be able to put some miles down. That's good news. I have to remind myself to contact some of the people in Florida that I'm going to see and see exactly where they're at. I don't want to drive by them like I did some people earlier in this trip, unfortunately. Continue on and start making some progress. That looks suspiciously like an O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Next left, then your destination will be on the left.
And it will be photo time again. Someone said I should start tagging O'Reilly's. Probably right. Need to figure out how to do that on Instagram. I have alternator.
East for 2 miles.
So I have a new one under the hood and a new one in the box. I need to play some tire games tomorrow. I think I'll have the valve stem repaired on the one and then have them both spun and then swap them with the fronts. So I'll have 3 matching tires and then one that's full off-road. These front ones I have are all-terrain, and then the rear ones I have are some general mud tires. But I have 3 of those. And then the other one I have, I think, is a Toyo mud tire of some sort. But I'm sure it'll be a little louder. It'll probably steer a little worse. I mean, whatever. As long as I'm not going down the road with this vibration crap, I don't care. I mean, fuel economy is obviously abysmal. I don't know how much worse it could get without putting stuff on the top. So, like right now I'm sitting 13.4 average. It's been some, you know, silliness, revving up the engine with the alternator failing, and you know, some other dumb stuff, but still, that's pretty low. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. You guys have heard enough of my babbling for a day. Again, appreciate you watching. It's fun to do this drive, and it's even more fun to hear about your comments coming back. Got some comments today on some recently released videos. Good stuff. So yeah, see you out on the road.